It never arrives loudly. It slips in quietly. A comment that lands just a little wrong. A reply that never comes. A choice made without considering you. You notice it before you can explain it. A tight feeling in your chest. Your instincts warn you, but you ignore them. You smile, you stay polite. You convince yourself you're being mature. But understand this. Disrespect doesn't explode. It accumulates. It is not a moment. It is a pattern. And every time you tolerate it, you are not being kind. You are teaching people how to treat you. You are broadcasting a message without words. My boundaries are flexible. My presence is optional. My dignity has a price, and it's low. Machiavelli understood something most people still refuse to accept. The instant you are perceived as weak, the game is already over. The Prince was never written for approval seekers. It was written for those who intended to endure. So if you are exhausted from being overlooked, if you're tired of shrinking in conversations, if you're done giving more than you receive, listen carefully. This is not self-improvement. This is self-surgery. One version of you must die, the one addicted to being liked. Because here's the question you avoid asking yourself. Why do people keep crossing your line? And the harder question, why do you keep allowing it? There's a signal you are sending daily through your body language, your apologies, your constant availability. And until that signal changes, nothing else will. Disrespect rarely announces itself. It probes. People test limits instinctively. Hierarchy is always being negotiated silently. They interrupt you. They arrive late. They joke at your expense, and then they watch. If you hold your ground, even with silence, they recalibrate. But if you laugh it off, if you excuse them, they advance. Machiavelli said, people are ruled by love or fear. Today, fear doesn't mean violence. It means loss of access. When someone realizes they can mistreat you without consequence, they will. That is not cruelty. That is human nature. Think about the last time someone spoke over you. Did you stop speaking? Did you apologize for being interrupted? In that moment, you surrendered authority, and your body remembers it. That discomfort wasn't embarrassment. It was self-betrayal. Avoiding confrontation feels peaceful until it corrodes you. As Machiavelli warned, conflict delayed is conflict multiplied. Explaining your feelings to someone who disrespects you doesn't fix the issue. It exposes you. This isn't therapy, it's power dynamics. Instead, remove reaction. Silence unsettles. Stillness destabilizes. When someone throws an insult, they expect motion, anger, or retreat. Give them neither. Hold eye contact. Say nothing. Let the weight fall back onto them. They'll fidget. They'll backpedal. They'll joke. Because silence reflects truth. This is not passivity. This is control. Energy is currency. Why invest it where it's stolen? Sometimes agreement is even sharper. You're lazy, correct. You're strange, absolutely. No resistance, no friction. Fog cannot be attacked. But when boundaries are repeatedly violated, silence becomes permission. Then action replaces words. You don't warn, you withdraw. You don't argue, you remove access. You don't explain, you restructure reality. This requires courage because it demands loss. And most people would rather accept disrespect than face emptiness. But without the ability to walk away, you hold no leverage. Scarcity creates value. Availability destroys it. This is not manipulation, it's self-preservation. Withdraw warmth, remain composed, become distant, not dramatic. Let them feel the absence, and don't rush back. Power belongs to those who do not chase. But understand, external disrespect mirrors internal permission. Somewhere, your subconscious believes this treatment is normal. That belief must be dismantled. Self-respect begins privately. Broken promises to yourself weaken your presence. Neglect hardens into tolerance. Discipline rebuilds authority. Every promise kept reinforces your core. Eventually, boundaries become unnecessary. Your posture enforces them. People sense it. Self-respect has gravity. The practical test is simple. Next time a remark lands sideways, pause, look, hold, say nothing, or ask calmly, "What do you mean by that?" Expose the subtext. Make the invisible visible. Fear fades through repetition. Confidence replaces it. Now integrate your shadow. A harmless person isn't good. They're defenseless. Strength controlled is virtue. Know you could be dangerous and choose restraint. That knowledge is felt. Disrespect is a challenge. Your stillness is the response. Finally, the goal isn't to stop others, it's to stop caring. Projection isn't personal, it's mechanical. When you see that you exit the board, you become observer, not participant. This is sovereignty, not dominance, independence. So for the next week, observe. Notice hesitation, notice contraction. Then choose one moment and hold your ground. That single act rewires everything. You don't need permission, you don't need approval. Your existence answers the question. Disrespect asks, "Can I cross this line?" Your life must reply, "No." And here is where most people misunderstand power. They think it is loud, reactive, emotional. But real power is silent and inconvenient. Power is being willing to disappoint. Power is being willing to let someone misunderstand you and not correct them. The moment you stop explaining yourself, you reclaim hours of your life and pieces of your soul you didn't realize were missing. You will notice something unsettling. People who benefited from your weakness will begin to resist the new you. They will label you cold, arrogant, distant, difficult. Let them. Those labels are not accusations, they are withdrawals. Every insult now is proof that the dynamic has shifted. You are no longer predictable, and unpredictability is dangerous. Predictable people are easy to manage, easy to use, easy to replace. When you remove yourself from their control, they feel it as loss, not growth. This is why guilt appears. Guilt is the leash society uses to pull you back into compliance. You will feel it when you don't reply immediately, when you say no without a reason, when you choose yourself without justification. Understand this clearly. Guilt is not a moral compass. It is a conditioning response. It was installed in you to make you manageable. Sit with it. Don't obey it. On the other side of guilt is freedom. As you hold this posture, you will feel emptiness at first. Silence where chaos used to live. This scares people. They rush to fill it with noise, drama, over-explaining, oversharing. You will not. You will learn to be comfortable in the void. The void is where authority is born. People who cannot tolerate silence cannot tolerate power. Watch how conversations change around you. People begin to choose their words more carefully. They test less. They listen more. Not because you demanded respect, but because your presence now carries weight. You are no longer broadcasting need. You are broadcasting choice. Choice is intoxicating. Choice is threatening. This is also when the wrong people fall away. Do not chase them. Do not mourn them. They were never aligned. They were attached. Attachment feeds on access. When access ends, attachment dies. This makes room. Space is not emptiness, it is capacity. Into that space come people who do not need to dominate you to feel whole. People who meet you without negotiation. This is the invisible reward of self-respect. Your environment begins to match your internal order, but stay alert. Power attracts tests. New people will probe you, subtly, politely, with smiles. This is not hostility, it is assessment. Stay consistent. Do not overcorrect. Do not become cruel. Cruelty is weakness wearing armor. Precision is strength. You are not here to punish, you are here to position. Remember this. Respect is not built through intensity, it is built through consistency. One boundary held repeatedly outweighs 100 speeches. One calm withdrawal outweighs 1,000 arguments. Over time, you will notice a strange shift. You stop replaying conversations in your head. You stop fantasizing about comebacks. Your mind becomes quieter. That is the clearest sign that you are no longer subordinate. Subordinates rehearse, rulers decide. And here's the final transformation. You stop seeing people as enemies or saviors. You see them as variables. Some are useful. Some are irrelevant. Some are temporary. None define you. This detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. It allows you to move without emotional tax. You choose when to engage and when to exit. You control proximity. Proximity is power. Whoever controls access controls influence. This is the architecture of dominance in a modern world. Not force, not intimidation, but self-containment. When you no longer leak energy, people feel it. They don't know why, they just know they must treat you carefully. This is the end state. Not aggression, not isolation, but sovereignty. You move through the world unprovoked, unhooked, unbothered. And from that position, everything changes. Opportunities appear. Invitations shift. Conversations deepen. Because the world responds to those who do not chase it. This is not confidence. Confidence can be shaken. This is gravity. And gravity cannot be argued with. And now understand the final mechanism. Once you stop reacting, once you stop over-giving, once you stop proving yourself, the power balance in every interaction quietly resets. People begin to self-correct around you. They clarify their words. They explain themselves without being asked. They hesitate before crossing lines they once ignored. This is not because you changed your tone, it's because you changed your center. You are no longer leaning outward. You are standing inward. Most people live externally. Their mood, their confidence, their sense of worth depends on reactions they receive. You have exited that economy. You are no longer trading approval for peace. This is when detachment sharpens. You stop personalizing behavior. You see patterns instead of insults, motives instead of moods. When someone attempts to provoke you and fails, the attempt collapses back onto them. Their frustration becomes visible. Their insecurity leaks out. You remain intact. This is the advantage of stillness. It reveals without exposing. At this stage, you must guard against one mistake: arrogance. Arrogance is reactive power, trying to feel superior. True authority feels no need to announce itself. You do not dominate conversations. You do not correct everyone. You do not need the last word. Silence does that work for you. People project strength onto those who appear self-sufficient. Dependency repels respect. Self-containment attracts it. You will notice fewer people demanding your time, but more people valuing it. Access becomes earned, not assumed. This is when your standards quietly rise. You stop negotiating with chaos. You stop entertaining emotional volatility. You stop explaining basic respect. Not because you are angry, but because you are finished. Finished negotiating with behaviors that drain you. Finished managing other people's immaturity. Finished lowering yourself to remain included. Inclusion without respect is exile disguised as belonging. You now prefer solitude to proximity without dignity. This choice changes everything. Solitude strengthens your signal. It tells the world you are complete without witnesses. And completeness is intimidating. People sense when you no longer need them to validate your existence. They respond with caution, curiosity, or distance. All three are acceptable. None require your pursuit. As your internal order stabilizes, your reactions slow down. You pause before responding. You choose words carefully, or not at all. This creates asymmetry. Others reveal more than they intend, while you reveal less than expected. Information is leverage. The one who speaks less observes more. Observation sharpens intuition. Intuition sharpens timing. Timing multiplies power. This is how influence actually works, not through dominance, but through restraint. You are no longer chasing outcomes. You are positioning yourself so outcomes move toward you. This is the Machiavellian advantage in a modern form. Invisible, quiet, effective. And once you experience this state, you cannot unsee it. You cannot return to being loud, needy, reactive. That version of you becomes embarrassing. Not shameful, just outdated. You have outgrown it. You will still feel pressure sometimes. Old triggers will surface. Familiar dynamics will try to pull you back. Notice them and refuse. Refusal is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Eventually, refusal becomes automatic. You no longer debate whether to tolerate disrespect. Your body rejects it before your mind engages. This is mastery. And mastery does not seek permission, does not wait for fairness. It does not hope for understanding. It moves forward regardless. This is the quiet separation. Not everyone will follow you here. That is fine. Power was never meant to be crowded. Now comes the part no one warns you about. When you stop tolerating disrespect, you also stop tolerating your own excuses. Your standards don't just rise outward, they turn inward. You begin to feel discomfort when you waste time, when you delay decisions, when you entertain distractions that dilute you. Weak environments start to irritate you, not because you feel superior, but because misalignment becomes physically uncomfortable. You can no longer sit calmly in rooms where nothing meaningful is happening. This is growth. Growth isolates before it elevates. Most people mistake this phase as loneliness and panic. They rush back to noise, to familiarity, to people who drain them just so they don't have to sit with themselves. You won't. You will learn to use isolation as a sharpening stone. In isolation, you see clearly. You notice patterns you were too busy to recognize before. You notice how often people interrupt, how often they take without offering, how often they project their chaos onto you. Awareness replaces resentment, and awareness is clean. Resentment is heavy, awareness is light. As awareness grows, your responses become simpler. You stop performing emotional labor. You stop cushioning the truth. You stop managing other people's comfort. Comfort is expensive. It costs you edge. You will notice how often people rely on you to regulate their emotions, to reassure them, to absorb their instability. When you withdraw from that role, some will accuse you of changing. They are right. You have changed. You are no longer available for misuse. This is not cruelty. This is conservation. Power is conserved energy. Leaked energy cannot be weaponized. With less emotional leakage, your focus sharpens. Decisions become faster. You no longer need consensus. You trust your judgment because you have tested it through action, not thought. This reduces hesitation. Hesitation is visible. Predators sense hesitation. When hesitation disappears, so does unnecessary conflict. People argue less with those who move decisively, not aggressively, decisively. Decisiveness collapses debate. This is when opportunities begin to respond to you. People invite you differently. They ask instead of assume. They respect your time because you respect it first. You are no longer flexible where it matters. Flexibility is for tactics, not for values. Values are fixed points. Fixed points create orientation. Others can sense when someone has internal coordinates. They adjust accordingly. Chaos avoids structure. Drama avoids clarity. Weakness avoids boundaries. You become less interesting to manipulators and more attractive to collaborators. This filters your circle without effort. You are no longer recruiting people, you are selecting them. Selection is power. And here is the subtle shift. You stop romanticizing struggle. You stop believing suffering makes you noble. That belief was a trap. Struggle without strategy is just self-harm dressed as virtue. You choose efficiency over endurance, calm over chaos, clarity over conflict. This doesn't make you soft. It makes you lethal in the right moments. Because when action is required, you act without emotional noise. No shaking hands, no trembling voice, just movement. This is what most people call confidence, but confidence is a side effect. The cause is alignment. When your actions align with your values, your nervous system stabilizes. When your nervous system stabilizes, fear loses its leverage. And without fear, manipulation fails. You cannot control people who are not afraid to lose you. That is the core truth everything else orbits around. Once this is installed, you no longer ask how to command respect. Respect becomes the default setting. The question shifts. Not how do I stop being disrespected, but who still deserves access to me? And that is a far more dangerous question. And this is where it ends. Not with noise, not with confrontation, but with alignment. You stop correcting people. You stop defending your choices. You stop explaining your silence. Your life begins to speak for you. Those who respect themselves recognize you immediately. Those who don't feel exposed around you. Both outcomes work in your favor. You no longer chase understanding because clarity has replaced validation. You move slower, but with certainty. Every step is intentional, every word measured. And because of that, fewer words are needed. The world adjusts to those who refuse to bend, not out of stubbornness, but out of self-command. This is the final position. Calm, observant, unmoved. You are no longer reacting to disrespect. You are operating above it. And from that altitude, most problems dissolve before they ever reach you.